Hi, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast, presented by CBG. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today on the podcast, we are joined by Abbey Cummins, CEO and founder of Everything Cincy. She and I highlight their services and their special partner marketing package for NKY Chamber members. On NKY at Work, Nancy Spivey is joined by Kris, Attema, and Niki Lunsford of Citi, who talk about what they're doing at Citi to attract and retain employees. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CBG, our title sponsor, C-Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsor, Haran. On Thursday, June 1st, NKYP is hosting the next Lunchtime Leader Chat, featuring Brent Cooper, President and CEO of the NKY Chamber. Brent will discuss his career journey and share insights and advice for young professionals looking to advance their careers. The discussion will be moderated by John Ensweiler with PNC Bank and past NKYP chair. You can get more details and register for that event at nkychamber.com/events. Now, let's go meet our members of the week and hear from our sponsors, and Nancy and I will be back with your guests.
CBG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cbgairport.com.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. C-Crew gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, C-Crew generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can C-Crew do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we will highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. Gilman Partners is a retained executive search, talent acquisition, leadership development firm based in Cincinnati with more than 40 years of experience. Luxury Travel by Lisa provides customized travel planning services and is dedicated to ensuring your travel dreams become a reality. Cooler Keg allows you to draft anything, anywhere. It is a portable kegerator built into a cooler, allowing anyone to have bar and restaurant quality draft anywhere. Better Blend is a company focused on wellness that aims to cultivate a healthier, happier world, one blend, bowl, and community at a time. JP Morgan Private Bank provides customized financial advice to help wealthy clients and their families achieve their goals through an elevated experience. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce Spotlight Podcast. Today on the podcast, we are joined by Abbey Cummins, who is the CEO and founder of Everything Cincy. Abbey, thank you for joining the podcast today.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, so tell us a little bit about Everything Cincy.
Yeah, so Everything Cincy was launched in August of 2020, so in the midst of the COVID and pandemic, and I really wanted to create something that supported our local businesses and do something that was digital. So I came up with the concept of Everything Cincy, which is a one-stop shop online digital platform where you can learn about hundreds of local businesses, and then we focus in on events and things to do. Deals, discounts, savings, things of that nature, and job and volunteer opportunities. So it's grown tremendously, and it's becoming a really great resource for our businesses and the community.
Yeah, you guys kind of have a two-pronged deal going on. So not only do you partner with certain organizations to kind of spread the word about the things that they're doing, you also provide this great community resource for people looking out for things to do, like you said, volunteering opportunities. You said you started this as a way to kind of support business. Tell us a little bit more about like the origin story of this company.
Yeah, so I've been in media and marketing for majority of my career. actually 14 years, so my whole career. And I have been also a native of the area. So I grew up in Edgewood, Kentucky. I went to UC for college. And being in media, being social, there was always so many things that I knew about, but so many things that I didn't know about. And I'm like, if I'm in the media and, out and about, and I've lived here my entire life, I could only imagine, and I don't know about certain things, I can only imagine how many other people are in my same boat. And so I wanted to create a resource that just made it super easy and convenient, and have all of that information housed all in one place. So all you have to do is go to the site, and then from there you can search by category, or you can just skim the whole website and just provide that resource to our community. And then also, I wanted to provide that resource for our businesses. Obviously, when I launched, we were in the midst of very uncertain and unknown times. And all of our local businesses are really what makes our communities so unique. And a lot of them, depending on their size and things of that nature, were just promoting themselves through their own channels via social media, their own website. And I felt there was a lot of information that was being lacked, and that I could help to take it a step further to promote these businesses and all that they're doing. And so I created the Everything Cincy platform with that idea in mind, and really wanted to make it affordable for our local businesses, so that everyone could play a part into receiving the promotion opportunity to reach a larger audience.
So, Abby, tell us a little bit about the organizations and businesses that you guys work with.
Yeah, I really wanted to be broad in everything. So it made sense with the name Everything Cincy. So you'll be able to find information about businesses that are in the food and beverage industry, entertainment industry, educational, health, fitness. So with 250 businesses that are live on the site, there's really a little bit of anything for everyone. It's been fun to see all kinds of different categories of business be able to utilize the website. For instance, Linder Center of Hope, they host educational series on mental health. And then we're also promoting trivia nights that places are hosting at local restaurants. So again, it's across the board.
Yeah, that is very cool that you guys offer this. And something else I want to touch on, and Everything Cincy, you guys have a partnership with the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, and that is a special partner marketing package. Can you touch a little bit on that for our membership?
Yeah, so I'm partnered with 10 different chambers, and I'm very excited being born and raised in Northern Kentucky, to partner with the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. And I think it's so important for businesses to be a partner of a commerce, just because of the different networking and opportunities you can get from those relationships. And I wanted to create an exclusive deal for those that are already members. So you can get a discounted opportunity to be a part of the platform. So for $99 a month, you can have a profile on the website. We'll promote your business to an email audience of 15,000. We have over 15,000 followers on social media, influencer programs. So it's a really great way to shine light on all that your business is doing, through several different opportunities and networks through Everything Cincy.
Yeah, that is such an incredible offering. Thank you for offering that for our membership. For those people who want to learn a little bit more about that, you can find more information about our Everything Cincy partnership on our website, nkychamber.com, under member benefits. And Abby, this is just so much awesome information. So when people want to get in touch with you, maybe learn a little bit more, how can they get in touch?
Yeah, so you can email me at info@everythingcincy.com. You can also DM me on social media. I get a lot of people that send me messages, which I love, and I'll be responding back to all of those. And so we are on social media at Everything Cincy. And then you'll find information about contacting us and step through the website as well.
Yeah. And Abby, before I let you go today, is there anything else you want to share with our audience about Everything Cincy?
I think just the fact that we're growing. We have an app that we're getting ready to launch. We have some other fun things in the works that I'm not able to release yet, but it really is becoming this great resource, or is this great resource for our local businesses. And I've had a lot of people in the beginning like, I don't know No. And they've decided to do it, and they've been thoroughly enjoyed the partnership and relationship. And so I would love to work with our local businesses. And there's nothing more that there's nothing that I love more than helping shine light on all that our businesses are doing, just because there is so much and it's hard to keep up with everything. So would love to work with you.
Yeah. Well, Abbey, thank you so much again for joining the podcast today and telling us a little bit more about everything Cincy. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Nancy Spivey, Vice President of Talent Strategies for the Northern Kentucky Chamber. And here today on the NKY at Work segment, we have Kris Attema and Niki Lunsford. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your roles and how long you've been in them.
You want to go first?
Sure. So I work out of the Florence location off Houston Road alongside Kris. And I've been there, it'll be 18 years in July. And I currently support our public affairs and communications.
Okay.
And I have been with Citi for 25 years this year. 10 of those have been at the Florence location. And it was a year ago in February that I stepped into the site head role just as we were bringing employees back to the site.
Wow. And so it's a lot of longevity there. Talks a little bit about the culture of Citi. And you mentioned that, a year ago you started bringing people back. So tell me, I understand there's a lease sign out front and there might be some confusion around that. So you are back, right?
We are back. Yes. Actually, you mentioned the tenure. So 41%, I think, of our staff has been with Citi for 10 or more years, which is pretty incredible.
Just at our location.
Yeah, just at our location.
That's amazing.
Yes. And the sign, we get asked a lot about the sign. So if you drive by Houston Road, you've seen it. It says space available. And we do. We have space. The campus is quite large. It's 81 acres of land, beautiful campus. But as we returned to site after COVID, we had a lot of flexible work options available for employees. We have individuals, Niki and myself, have the option of working hybrid and in the office 3 days a week, remote the other 2. But over half of our employees can work remote through the home office program 100% of the time. So we have a lot more space than we need, and it's available. We have a lake at the site.
We have walking trails.
Walking trails, yeah.
And we've been in the region. It'll be 35 years next October. So it's really something that we always invite people to take a look at the job opportunities, because I think if you talk to anybody in the Northern Kentucky Greater Cincinnati region, they either know somebody or that currently works there or has worked there.
Sure.
And one of the things that I've always heard from folks that either know somebody or have worked there themselves is that we have such a great culture. Yeah. And I think that's true not just of our Florence market, but across all of our markets. Citi is really, really big on inclusion, obviously celebrating diversity and inclusion. So in the Florence market alone, we have 6 affinity groups. We call them our inclusion networks. And this is going to be like pop quiz for us, right?
Yeah.
So we have Women's Network,
Pride Network,
Multicultural Network,
Diversity Network,
Citi
Salutes, and did I say multicultural?
Yeah, Family Matters.
Families Matter, yeah.
Okay, Citi Salutes. Tell me, what's that?
It was formerly the Military Veterans Network.
Got it.
So
okay.
You don't have to be a veteran to join, but it's for any of the inclusion networks, you don't have to identify with that particular group to join. So we have men who identify as men as part of the Women's Network. We have folks that are allies versus identifying as LGBTQIA+. And so but one of the things that I love about those networks is that it really does break down the silos. So a lot of the times in our day-to-day, I think in anywhere you work, right, you come in, it's head to the computer, and
Just start working.
Head down and start working. Yeah. And so the networks really give our employees an opportunity to not just feel celebrated and, part of a bigger team, but they're doing things on a quarterly basis through networking, but also out in the community as well. So they have different partners that they work with from a nonprofit perspective. They have different philanthropic missions that they're trying to support and serve. And it's a great way for them to not only meet people and network, hence the name Inclusion Network, but it's also a really great development opportunity for many of them because each of them operate through steering committees with leadership roles and different things. So that's one of the things that I love most about our culture are the inclusion networks.
And so if there's somebody remote, they can still belong to the network
Yes.
and just participate virtually, correct?
Or even not virtually if they decide they want to, volunteer. So by signing up for a network, you're essentially agreeing to receive the emails. And then from there, it's really your choice with how involved and engaged you want to get. You get what you give type of thing. So if you want to come to the site when they're hosting an event, sometimes they're hybrid, so it's virtual and in person. But a lot of during our COVID era, we were limited to not have in-person activities. Well, now we're back doing that. And so folks are really eager to get back into the community. And so even some of the telecommuters or remote employees are getting out in the community as well.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, I just think it speaks to a good culture and a good, not only are you being valued for the work you do, but you're belonging. You're in my space. I'm contributing, but I'm also able to identify with my special group and get engaged. So.
And the groups aren't just at Citi and Florence. All of our sites have these affinity networks. And during COVID, when a lot of people were virtual, they really got creative and they connected with sites in Jacksonville and Tampa, Gray, Tennessee, all of the places that Citi has locations. They started partnering together and even expanding their network further.
Let's talk a little bit about the jobs at Citi.
Okay.
Just for people who may not know what Citi is and what it does. Tell me, today, if I went out on your website, how would I know about what careers are available and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think we're even going to post the link to our website should anybody be interested. But that's one of the things that's unique about Citi and Florence is that we have a lot of variety. We have work with credit cards and retail banking. We have workforce optimization at the site. Collections, transaction services. There's 22 unique different functions. We have, anti-money laundering and know your customer, which is the group that I'm in, the ATM lab. There's a lot of opportunities at the location to grow your career. Niki's been in Florence her entire career. I've been at a few different locations, but wherever you go at Citi, there's just a great opportunity to kind of expand your career and take it further. Whether you want to move up in the organization or you just like a lot of variety and every so often you want to just change it up.
And I think that's why we have a lot of folks where their tenure is so significant is because I have friends, I even have a family member. At one point, 3 of the 4 sisters were working there. We called it the takeover. But I'm telling you, it's a great place to work.
Obviously.
Yeah. But when I talk to, folks that do have high tenure, they really have been able to diversify their career portfolio, moving from business to business, whether it's in Florence or to Kris's point, you decide you want to relocate. So it really is a great company because in that sense of career progression, because the culture is what we love and we want that to be consistent, but you don't want a dead end, right? And so you really do have an opportunity to grow with a company where just the opportunities are endless.
Yeah.
Job-wise and geographically.
That's right. And it's not just the career opportunities that really draw people to Citi. We have great benefits.
We do.
Yeah. We're definitely known for our medical benefits.
Yeah. Our time off, we get a pretty good chunk of time.
Yes.
Between our holiday, vacation, and sick time. It's a pretty significant amount.
Yeah. Tuition reimbursement. So if you're employed with Citi for more than 90 days, you can qualify for $5,250 towards your higher education. And the really great thing, this was not the case when I took advantage of that benefit, but now you can pay ahead. So before you had to request the reimbursement at the close of the semester, now they'll prepay.
Well, what a wonderful
so you don't have to have money out of pocket.
Yeah,
right.
It is. And we have a lot of students that come to work at Citi.
Yes.
Of course.
Also, we have some great amenities with the consolidation of our building. That was one of the things that our employees really loved was having the fitness center and the different amenities that we offer. And so our employees who are working on site, if they decide before work, during work, after work, they want to stop down into our fitness studio, it's available for, I can't remember the hours. Is it 5 to 11?
I'm not sure.
Don't quote me on that. Right. Don't quote me on that.
But you have on-site fitness.
But we do have on-site fitness. We also have program managers there that essentially
they'll do a program for you
for free. Now you do have to pay per paycheck, but it's a very limited number. What did they quote on Town Hall? it's $7 a paycheck.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
very
It's
reasonable.
pretty minimal. But that's one of the things. We also have an on-site medical center. We have a doctor on site, and nurses.
Staff.
Nursing staff, yeah.
We also have a Be Well coordinator. Citi is very focused on being well, and providing opportunities and information that if you're dealing with a stressful situation in your family, connect you to other resources and things that can help you. And it's basically free. You don't have to pay a deductible. It doesn't go through your, medical coverage. A lot of what they offer is completely free to employees. And it's not just for the on-site employees. People who are remote can take advantage of it through like a telehealth.
That's wonderful. That's another great benefit.
It is.
And during COVID, that was so key because as we all experienced, just the isolation and just the change in routine was very challenging for many. And so to have that benefit for our employees who were used to reporting to the site every day and interacting, and now they're, segregated, if you will, to their homes, whether they had family or not.
Right.
It's nice for them to have somebody or not to turn to, really.
One of the other great perks about working at Citi is that once a year you get what Citi calls Citi Volunteer Day, where you get 8 hours of paid time to use in the community, supporting whatever community organization you like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so for us, in terms of the volunteerism, June is usually our flagship, if you will, volunteer time frame. And so across the globe, Citi will participate in this initiative, and it's designed to be a month-long campaign where all of our Citi colleagues are going out into their communities and serving, whether through donation of time, treasure, talent, all of the above. And so we're really excited because June is quickly approaching.
It is.
So we have our June Global Community Day initiatives that we've just announced yesterday in Town Hall. And we're going to start promoting those volunteer opportunities. But it's not just limited to June. We really do have servant leaders acting on behalf of Citi throughout the year. And so Kris and I are part of this application review team that really came together a couple of years ago and decided where do we see the longest lasting impact, where is the need. And we've, as a team, have identified 3 priority areas, which are education, health, and workforce development. And our funding opportunities as well as our volunteer opportunities are tied to those 3 priorities. And so a few of the organizations that we've partnered with over the years include American Heart, which Kris, I would love for you to share.
I would love to talk about this. So I brought a little prop with me. It's the American Heart Association Go Red for Women Girl Scout patch. And Citi, you can see our logo along with St. Elizabeth Healthcare are the co-sponsors for this initiative. So twice a year, we bring Girl Scouts of all ages in the spring or in the fall, either to our Citi location or St. Elizabeth Hospital in Edgewood, and they get to learn about the importance of heart health, the risks with vaping and smoking, and they earn their Girl Scout patch. And the program has gotten so popular over the years that we've had to create another patch because girls were coming back multiple times to learn about the program. So we made a Heart Champion patch. But we're very proud of this. We did go virtual during COVID, but this year we're going to go back to in person. So if you know a Girl Scout in your family or network, I think we're going to also post the link of who to contact if you'd like to get them connected with the patch program.
Nice.
Yeah.
And fun fact, Kris still has her Girl Scout
I do
patch.
still have
So
it. Doesn't actually
You
fit
have
on
your
that.
vest?
No, it's a sash.
Oh,
Yes,
it's a
I have
sash.
all of
You've
my
got the sash.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
So
I'm
she
very
does
proud.
bring it to the
Yeah,
event.
and I've earned my patch, so
Nice.
I probably display it.
Great. And I know you are wonderful supporters of the Chamber. I cannot say enough about the wonderful support that you give to us. And so I know there's others. You want to talk about a few others that you're
Yeah, so
involved
through
in?
the Chamber, Leadership Northern Kentucky, and all the other leadership programs. So Encounter, which is the newest
Yes.
version of the leadership program, and then of course RYL, the Regional Youth Leadership Program. We've been title sponsors for the leadership initiatives the last several years, and that's something we're really proud of. And we're excited for the graduation next week. my sister actually, who works at Citi, is graduating, so
Yay.
we'll be able to support
Niki's
her.
a graduate of the program
I
as
am
well.
a graduate, yes, class of 2014.
Best class ever,
Best
right?
class
Hear
ever.
it.
We say we were the most injured class ever, but
That's
yes.
really a side story.
I was not one of the injured, but thankfully. But yes, definitely a proud sponsor of the chamber. And then, in terms of some of the other initiatives that specifically is tied to health, we also focus on education. So we partner with a couple of the local area high schools like Boone High School or Boone County High School and Conner High School. Adopt a Class is one that we've partnered with for many years. And the really cool thing about Adopt a Class is that started as a grassroots initiative. So we had an employee that came to us and said, hey, we want to volunteer, and it's really grown into something huge that all of our employees are bought into. And so that's the other thing that Kris and I love to do is how do we give a voice to the employees and empower them to really be a part of that community impact story, because without them we couldn't do it. So
it just sounds like a wonderful culture, a wonderful business, a good local business that's still here and thriving.
Yeah, 35 years. My goodness, next year.
I know.
Yeah,
We love
it.
that. Well, I appreciate you all
Yeah,
coming in. Is there anything I forgot to add? Anything else?
I don't
think so.
It's great having you all here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the
Appreciate it.
invitation.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schumacher, Account Executive, Kentucky Market Leader. At Haran, we champion bold innovation to help employers and individuals thrive. As an industry thought leader, we explore new horizons in healthcare, benefits, employee engagement, and wellness. We work harder to deliver all the strategic benefits, planning, and execution you expect from a true partner. And we do it with laser focus on your short and long-term outcomes to help manage your benefits while improving your employee experience.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the podcast today. I hope you enjoyed hearing a bit from Abbey and from our friends at Citi. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CVG, Seeker Consulting, and Haran. Don't forget that you still have time to register for the NKYP Lunchtime Leader Chat featuring Brent Cooper happening on Thursday, June 1st. You can register for that now at nkychamber.com/events. Finally, if you are a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're someone who is interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. Or if you're interested in sharing your workforce strategies and resources on NKY at Work, please reach out to Nancy Spivey. You can find their contact information on the screen in front of you or on our staff directory at our website, which is nkychamber.com. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I'll talk to you next week.